Hey guys, what's going on? Mighty Leafy here, and I'm bringing you guys a belated, not reaction video. I guess I'm just here to take a look at these new units with you guys and give you guys my thoughts. You know what, before I get started though guys, come check out my Discord server. It's pretty cool. You can talk about your waifus there. Yeah, and we have like cookies and milk and all that good stuff. Details in the video description down below. With that being said, let's get started. So I know I heard the term June Bride before. I watched this anime called Detective Conan, and one of the ending songs for that series was called June Bride. I know the term exists. I've never heard of the term June Grooms, but I know the term June Bride exists. Never actually knew what it meant, so I kinda looked it up for the sake of this video. Turns out that June, the month of June, derives from the name Juno, which apparently is an ancient Roman goddess of marriage. So I think in ancient times people believed that if you marry in June, you're gonna be blessed with prosperity and happiness, and also you're gonna be like a bride for your life. And I guess maybe that's why June brides are like such a big thing or something. I'm not entirely sure. Anyways, moving on. What do we got? What do we got? Well, I know what we got, but still. Back in their lovely wedding attire, special heroes to the battle. Alright. Alright, so the first one we have is Ninian, which I am very happy about. Her artwork just looks extremely pleasing. Now if we pause here and just take a look at her skill set for a bit. So she's got fresh bouquet. Fresh bouquet. Is that how you pronounce it? I don't know. Bouquet. There we go. But yeah, the flower stuff, you know. She's got that for a weapon. Looks like it's transferable to other people who might want to steal it from her. And it's probably refinable as well. So what it does is it gives hone speed 3. But it also gives it to herself. So you got one guy standing next to her. She's gonna give that unit +4 speed, and if she gives them +4 speed, they're gonna reciprocate that by giving you +4 speed as well, which is kind of cool. So it's kind of like a better hone speed, but it's locked to your weapon. So there's that. Of course, she is a flying dancer. I don't actually know this the first time I looked through the video, and some people on my Discord were saying, "Oh man, she's a dancer," and I'm like, oh shit, for real? Did I just completely skim over that fact? And oh my gosh, she is. Man, how's she dancing on a Pegasus? What? I mean, I get Azura like singing on a Pegasus, but how's Ninian gonna be like dancing on a Pegasus? Maybe she does like some sort of breakdancing maneuver and uses the saddle on her Pegasus like a pommel horse. Yeah, a pommel horse. You know, those gymnastic stuff. She's flying towards you, she's doing the pommel horse on her Pegasus, and you're like, oh man, I suddenly feel the urge to have an extra turn. But yeah, I don't know guys, what do you guys think? I don't know. So we have our first flying ranged dancer. Not to say that you can dance from a range, but as in she can dance, but she can also shoot magic from far away. So the first thing that crossed my mind is, hey, what would a blade tome, you know, on her be like? It would be pretty cool actually, because you could get the flying buffs from Azura. And well, you wouldn't run 2 dancers in a team, but you could get it from like the OG Hinoka, and also Halloween now he's got home flyers. And then you just get 4 to 5 flyers from an easily obtainable Zeta, and then you'd have a whole bunch of attack. But of course, being a dancer and being a range unit, she is going to have abysmal BST, and also she is going to suffer a whole bunch of arena point deduction just because of the fact that she is a dancer and a range unit both at the same time. So probably not the best unit to be using to climb arena, but you know, if you don't really care about arena like me, then she's gonna be real good for like the in-game content. But we're gonna have to wait on her stats a little bit, wait on her speed, wait on her attack. I guess the attack is a little bit more redundant with her if you're planning on giving her a blade tome at some point. So the main thing is her speed. If her speed holds up, then it's gonna be a good time. Chill attack 3, I think people might be really liking the skills. It's got pretty good synergy with Heavy Blade, but yeah, I don't know. I don't want to sacrifice Ninian for chill attack is what I'm thinking, but at the same time, chill attack, you know, on a team that is mainly enemy face focused could be really good. I mean, unless the opponents kind of switch that debuff around on you, but nobody runs Harsh Command so far. Not too many people. Like, I tried Harsh Command on my defense team for a bit, didn't really work out. Maybe I was setting it up wrong, but anyways, chill attack 3, not to be overlooked. It's pretty good skill, and she's the first one to have it that's not tied up in her weapon, because of course Soren with his weapon refinery thing has it, but it's like tied into his weapon, so you can't actually skill inherit it to someone else. But yeah, mostly I think this is going to be the unit that I'm diving into the banner to get, hopefully. I really want Ninian. You know, fun fact guys, Ninian was the first ever Fire Emblem Heroes unit that I wailed for at the very beginning, close to the game's launch. Well, for her, I got a plus speed minus attack IV set on her, and she was the only Ninian I ever managed to get on my main account. I just have the one Ninian, and I'm looking forward to hopefully getting this Ninian. Now that I'm looking at the background sort of attacking thing happening there, she is doing 24 times 2, so I'm gonna guess her speed is okay. At least, you know, her speed is gonna be okay. And if her speed's okay, then that's good enough. That's gonna be okay. What am I saying? But yeah. So her speed looks like it's gonna be okay. Her HP looks like it's gonna be a little bit not too great, which is a far cry from her infantry version, which, you know, HP for her infantry self was one of the highlights for that unit. I put infantry pulse on my infantry Ninian and never looked back. It was really good because you can actually get her HP a little bit close to 60 HP if you invest enough, like, you know, weapon refine, HP seal, and HP A slot and all that stuff. And she'll have enough speed to not get doubled in most situations and still retain a ridiculously high amount of base HP to run the infantry pulse with, which is why, you know, her infantry self, despite the abysmal attack stat, is still extremely good. One of my better dancers, actually. Right, so for the C slot, she has drive speed 2, so that's nothing to be too excited about, because of course we do have the Tail TU to give us drive speed 2 whenever we so choose to have that skill. I mean, she is a little bit hard to come by, but I'm sure if you are pulling for Ninian, you're gonna maybe run into a tail TU or two, as in she might tail you. But yeah, with that being said, let's take a look at the animations and move on to the next unit on this banner. Alright, so next up we have Brian Sanaki, which, like, what? Like, I'm kind of caught off guard. Like, I didn't think she was popular enough to be one of the candidates. And I'm also kind of sad that it wasn't Bridal Catria, because, I mean, of course it wouldn't be Bridal Catria. She just got her bunny outfit, but I'm kind of sad because it's not Bridal Catria, because I really want Catria. Oh man, I don't know. But let's see. She's got the Niffle Frost Flowers, so that's kind of cool. Like, no pun intended, but like her normal self has the fire magic, right? And now her alt has like the complete opposite. She's got the frost flowers, so ice magic in place of fire magic. So that's kind of cool. No pun intended once again. Grass attack plus 3 during combat boost unit, so it's like a bitter Altum, I would say, yeah. Okay, so she has drawback. If I do end up getting her, I might replace that with reposition. And she's got attack rest bond 3 for her A slot, which kind of insinuates that she might be one of the rest tech mages. So kind of like really high on the attack, really high on the resistance, but low defense and low HP is what I'm thinking. But yeah, I guess that's okay for a enemy phase unit. And Sanaki, even the original version with the red infantry mage version, she has really high attack and high resistance while rocking a fairly low physical defense and HP stat to go along with it. So looks like she's probably going along the same lines there, except that when I'm looking at the attack thing in the back, she is actually doubling her opponent. But that can be a little bit misleading, at times. So not gonna fully just like rely on that indication, right? So her B slot is Defense Res Link 3. First time we have ever gotten anything like this. Basically, if movement assist skill like repo or shove or just draw back, I'm gonna guess because she comes to draw back, is used by a unit or target unit uses this on her, then both of the characters involved in the repoing is going to get the defense and resistance +6 for one turn. So that's pretty cool. Like, what I'm thinking is you can repo a Blade Tomb Mage into a attacking range, and then just they're gonna get the +6 defense and resistance added to their attack, and then they can engage with the enemy with the additional attack buff. So that's pretty cool. Now, when are we gonna get attack speed link 3? Now that would be pretty strong. Yeah, I think that actually might be too strong, because what are you gonna do? Like +18 attack to a Blade Tomb Mage as you're repoing them into position, and it's like a really easy to target sort of buff. That would be insanely OP. So I guess this one is more for like, it can be really good for mixed tanks if you're repoing them into your front lines to tank all the hits for you. God damn it, this is gonna be pretty insane. So I don't know, I might consider following this skill to some of my more defensive teams actually. But yeah, that's Sanaki, guys. Let's take a look at her attack animation. Obsessive Bride. Oh, I like where this is going. Wow, hot damn. Look at those jugs. Look at those jugs. Alright, so Tharja just looks insane. She is like the yandere bride. Something about the face kind of throws me off a little bit. Maybe it's the blank space between her eyes and mouth, because her nose is so faint that it doesn't look like it's there. That is throwing me off just a tiny bit. But of course, this is a subjective sort of thing, so it's just my personal opinion. Please try not to get offended by that. Her weapon is gonna grant her +3 speed during combat, and it's gonna boost units' attack and speed by the number of allies within 2 spaces ×2. So that's it's like a bitter Altum, isn't it? Okay, so she has rally attack speed, one of the better dual rally skills because it's going into the offensive stats. Her A slot is attack speed bond 3. When it comes to bond skills, I tend to prefer bonds that are more in favor of enemy phase builds, because I feel like the bond skills, if I'm gonna have them proc, then my guy is gonna be next to an ally and they're gonna be sitting still. So rather somebody attack into me than move one of my mates in front and then run up next to him and attack. Man, that's a confusing way of putting it. But the speed could also be seen as a enemy face favorable sort of stat, because of course with the higher speed boost that you get, then you're not gonna get doubled, which helps with your survivability, so that's kind of cool. Alright, so her B slot is speed feint 3. Now, when I saw the name, I thought it was gonna be like Phantom Speed or something. But no, it's actually much better than that. So if a rally skill is used by this unit or target units, inflict speed -7 on foes in that cardinal direction. So like, you have Tharja standing there and you have a whole bunch of guys lined up in front of her, and then one of your mates taps her on the shoulder, gives her a rally skill, like rally assist, and then she just special beam cannons everybody in line of sight, bam, in the leg, so they all get the speed -7. So that's pretty cool. I like that you actually get more control over, where you want to land this hit, as opposed to the ploys where you kind of have to play a little bit of a guessing game as to where they're gonna move to next. I mean, I know people who are really good at like the AI movement manipulation stuff, they have no problem with that, but for me personally, I find that stuff kind of difficult to pull off on the spot. So I think this will be a little bit easier to pull off. For me personally, I think it's pretty good. Speed -7 though. I wonder if you know what? Speed is one of the better stats to debuff, but yeah. While it does limit one of your allies' skill into a rally skill, I guess that could still be good because you can get a dual rally skill like attack speed rally it onto Tharja, and then have her engage on a -7 speed enemy right after. Which is kind of hard to also make work with her attack speed bond, so if I get this unit, I might replace attack speed bond with something else. But yeah, good unit. The one thing I really do like about this Tharja in particular, you'll see in a second when I play the video, is her sprite. I like that yandere look on her face. It looks so menacing, and menacing is good. So let's get to it. Let's watch it. She looks pissed. Alright, so this is interesting. Take a look at this, guys. We're actually getting a Marth alt that is not in the form of just Lucina wearing a mask and calling herself Marth. So this is kind of cool. And he's going to be a horse axe unit, so a cavalry axe unit. So we have Titania, who has less than stellar attack stats, unfortunate. And then we have the Bulge Master 1, Alphonse, that's his name, with the egg. And now we have the Marth, which is guaranteed to be given to everybody via the Tempest Trial, I think. I'm not too sure, I think so. But let's just hope that his offensive stats are very, solid, fairly solid. Because I don't know about you guys, but I'm kind of lacking a cavalry axe unit with, either decent speed and attack, or just decent defensive stats. I think all of my horse units are like mages, other than Sigurd. So if we get this Marth and his stats are, more or less okay-ish, then I'm gonna be fairly happy. But yeah, we'll have to see what his skills are though, because if he comes with brazen attack speed, then I'm sorry dude, but you are going to my Lucina. But yeah, let's hope you don't have brazen attack speed, man. Let's hope not. Alright, so that concludes what I think of these new units, the upcoming June Bride's banner. What do you guys think about these units? Let me know your thoughts. Share them with me in the comment section down below. And while you're doing that, don't forget to check out my Discord. Link is in the video description down below as usual. And on that note, guys, I will catch you on the next video, and I'll see you on the flip side.